Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Lincoln penny coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating modern coins in US history, the 2009 Lincoln penny, the Formative Years design. This little copper-colored coin might look ordinary, but some of them are worth a fortune. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your pocket change that could turn just 1 cent into hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's go back to 2009, a year that marked the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. To celebrate, the U.S. Mint released 4 special reverse designs showing key stages of Lincoln's life, and the one we're talking about today, the Formative Years, shows a young Abraham Lincoln sitting on a log in Indiana, reading a book and taking a break from his work. It's not just a coin, it's a tiny piece of American history in your hand. Now, at first glance, most of these pennies seem like your everyday 1-cent piece. But coin collectors know better. The 2009 Formative Years penny has several fascinating varieties and rare errors that can make it incredibly valuable. Some coins from the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint were struck with doubling on Lincoln's hands, book, or thumb, known as the double die varieties. These errors are caused when the design is slightly misaligned during the minting process, creating a visible doubling effect under magnification. The most sought-after varieties include doubling on Lincoln's thumb, index finger, and even the pages of the book. If you spot this kind of detail, don't spend that penny, you could be holding a hidden treasure. Another reason collectors are drawn to these coins is because 2009 marked a major drop in penny production due to the economic recession. Fewer coins were minted that year, which already makes them scarcer than other modern pennies. Combine that with striking errors, and you have a collector's dream. Now, here's something fascinating. The 2009 Formative Years penny also comes in different finishes: satin, proof, and circulation strike. The satin finish coins were released only in special mint sets and have a slightly smoother, more detailed look. Proof coins were made for collectors and show Lincoln's image in mirror-like perfection. Circulation coins, on the other hand, are the ones that ended up in your change. Among these, the rarest and most valuable are the ones with sharp doubling or unique die cracks, cuds, and off-center strikes. Collectors have reported finding coins where Lincoln's thumb appears doubled, or even tripled, making those pennies highly desirable. Some errors show an extra finger or a split thumb effect. Others show extra thickness on the letters of Liberty or In God We Trust. Each of these varieties can command strong prices depending on the condition and the clarity of the doubling. So, how much are they really worth today? Let's talk real numbers. A regular 2009 Formative Years penny in circulation is still worth just 1 cent, but a high-grade uncirculated one can sell for around $5 to $10. However, if you find a double die example, especially with strong doubling on Lincoln's hands or book, the price can skyrocket. In recent auctions, certified examples have sold for between $50 and $300, but the truly exceptional ones, in pristine mint state condition with clear doubling, have reached impressive prices, some selling for over $1,000. Yes, a single penny worth more than $1,000. Even special satin finish or proof coins graded at the top by professional services like PCGS or NGC can bring several $100s from eager collectors. So, the next time you're checking your change, pay attention to those 2009 pennies, especially the Formative Years design. Look closely at Lincoln's hands, his book, and the fine details. That 1-cent coin could be a valuable piece of American history hiding in plain sight. Keep your magnifier handy, stay curious, and who knows, your next penny find might just make you $1,000 richer. Top 2, we're taking a fascinating journey into the world of one of the most intriguing modern Lincoln cents, the 1979 United States of America 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may look like just another penny in your pocket, but hidden among millions of ordinary coins are rare varieties, striking errors, and unique features that can make some 1979 Lincoln pennies worth far more than their face value. So stay with me till the end, you'll want to hear every detail, because this could be the coin hiding right in your change that turns out to be worth a small fortune. The 1979 penny carries the familiar design we all know and love, Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. This design had been in use since 1959, replacing the wheat ears reverse, and by 1979 it was an American classic. But not all 1979 pennies were created equal. That year, the U.S. Mint produced them at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark, or lack of one, tells a story, and some of those stories are worth serious money. Let's start with the Philadelphia Mint coins. These have no mint mark below the date, and while billions were made, a few stand out because of sharp strikes, die errors, and rare varieties. Some of the most fascinating are the double die obverse coins, where Lincoln's features or the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust show visible doubling. Under magnification, this doubling looks like a shadowed outline, a clear sign that something went wrong during the minting process. And for collectors, those small imperfections are pure gold. Now, moving on to the Denver Mint coins, marked with a small D beneath the date. The 1979 D Lincoln cent has its own set of collectible surprises. A few examples show off-center strikes, die cracks across Lincoln's face, or even repunched mint marks where the D looks doubled. These kinds of errors are incredibly popular among coin lovers because no two are exactly alike. Each error tells a story of a specific moment on the minting floor when machinery, metal, and timing created a one-of-a-kind coin. Then there's the San Francisco Mint, which made the 1979 S-proof coins, highly detailed, mirror-like coins intended for collectors. These proofs were struck multiple times on specially polished dies, giving them that sharp, shiny appearance. But even proof coins can hide valuable surprises. There are 2 varieties of the 1979 S penny, the Type 1, with a filled S mint mark, and the Type 2, with a clear and crisp S. The Type 2 is rarer and far more sought after by collectors today. Finding one in perfect condition can be like finding treasure. Another key detail worth mentioning is the metal composition. By 1979, pennies were still made mostly of copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc, but that would soon change. Just a few years later, in 1982, the mint switched to mostly zinc coins due to rising copper costs. This makes older copper cents like the 1979 issue even more interesting to collectors, since their melt value alone is higher than later zinc versions. Now let's talk value, the part everyone loves. A typical 1979 penny pulled from circulation is still worth 1 cent, but condition and rarity change everything. A well-preserved uncirculated 1979 penny with no mint mark or with a D can sell for between $1 and $5, depending on its shine and grade. Proof coins from San Francisco usually sell for around $3 to $10 in average condition. Top 3, we're diving into one of the most mysterious and exciting coins from the 1960s, the 1967 United States of America Lincoln penny. Don't be fooled by its small size or its 1 cent value, because this coin has hidden secrets, rare varieties, and valuable errors that could make it worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So stay tuned and listen carefully. This little piece of copper might just surprise you. The year 1967 was unlike any other for U.S. coins. After a national coin shortage, the Mint made a bold decision. They removed all mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967. That means every 1967 penny, whether made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, looks the same, with no mint mark at all. It's a fascinating part of American coin history and makes this issue special among collectors. The design remained the classic Lincoln portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But here's where things get interesting. The rush to produce billions of pennies that year led to numerous minting errors. And those mistakes are where real money hides. Some 1967 pennies show doubled lettering on Liberty, In God We Trust, or even the numbers of the date. These are known as double die errors, and they're among the most collectible varieties in the entire Lincoln cent series. Other coins were struck slightly off-center, showing part of the blank planchet, a dramatic and eye-catching mint error. A few show die cracks that look like raised lines or blobs of extra metal along the rim. Each of these errors is unique, and the rarer and more visible the flaw, the higher the value climbs. Another major highlight from 1967 is the Special Mint Set, or SMS coins. Because there were no proof coins that year, the Mint released these SMS sets for collectors. They have a beautiful satin finish and sharper details than regular circulation strikes. Finding one in top condition can be a true treasure for any collector. The 1967 Lincoln penny was also struck in 95% copper and 5% zinc, the classic old composition that gives it that rich red-brown tone. Later pennies switched to mostly zinc, so these copper ones already hold more historic and metal value. Now let's get to what you really want to know, the real market prices. A regular 1967 penny in circulation is still worth 1 cent, but uncirculated examples in bright red condition can sell for $1 to $5. Special mint set versions usually bring around $10 to $20, depending on grade and shine, but the real stars are the rare error coins. A strong double die example or major off-center strike can easily fetch $50 to several $100. And the highest graded special mint set penny with perfect red luster and no marks has reached an incredible price of over $1,000 at auction. Yes, one single 1967 penny sold for more than $1,000, so the next time you're digging through old change or coin jars, take a moment to check those 1967 pennies. Look closely for doubling, unusual shapes, or extra metal on the edges. You never know, a coin sitting in your pocket right now could be a valuable piece of history. Coin collecting isn't just about the money. It's about the thrill of discovery, holding history in your hand, and appreciating the tiny details that make every coin unique. The 1967 Lincoln penny is proof that even an ordinary coin can carry an extraordinary story. Keep your eyes open, your magnifier ready, and your curiosity alive, because your next great find could be just 1 penny away. Top 4, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins from the early 1970s, the 1971 United States of America Lincoln penny. At first glance, it may look like just another copper cent, but don't be fooled. Hidden among millions of these coins are rare varieties and striking errors that can turn this tiny piece of change into a real collector's prize. So stay tuned till the end, because by the time we're done, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own coins that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's start with a little history. The 1971 penny continues the long legacy of Victor David Brenner's classic Lincoln design, the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, introduced in 1959. But 1971 was a special year in minting, full of small surprises and hidden gems. These pennies were struck at 3 different mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can find them with no mint mark for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and an S for San Francisco. Each of these mints produced unique varieties, and that's where things get exciting. Let's talk about one of the most famous varieties, the 1971 double die obverse. This error occurred at the Philadelphia Mint and has become one of the most desirable coins in modern U.S. history. When you look closely at "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1971, you'll see clear doubling, especially on the letters and numbers. It's a striking error caused by a misalignment in the die during minting. This variety is bold, obvious even to the naked eye, and collectors go crazy for it. If you have one of these in great condition, it's worth far more than just 1 cent, but the excitement doesn't stop there. The 1971 D pennies from Denver also have interesting errors, including repunched mint marks, where the D was struck more than once, leaving a ghost-like image. There are also off-center strikes, die cracks, and die clashes, where parts of the design appear in places they shouldn't. These mistakes may sound small, but to collectors, each one is a clue to a rare and valuable find. Then we have the 1971 S-proof pennies, struck in San Francisco with mirror-like perfection for collectors. But even here, rarity hides in plain sight. Some of these proof coins show a double die obverse, similar to the Philadelphia version, making them especially valuable. These proof coins were struck multiple times for clarity, which means errors are rarer, and when they do happen, they're highly prized. Another reason collectors love the 1971 penny is because it was still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. These solid copper coins have a rich reddish tone that later zinc-based pennies don't. With rising copper prices over the years, even the metal content gives them a bit of extra value. Now, let's talk numbers, the real-world market prices for 1971 pennies. Most 1971 cents in regular circulated condition are worth about 1 cent, just face value. But uncirculated examples in brilliant red condition can sell for $1 to $5. Proof coins from San Francisco usually bring between $2 and $10, depending on their finish and condition, but the true treasure is the 1971 doubled die penny from Philadelphia. These coins, if clearly doubled and in mint state condition, can sell for around $100 to $300. High-grade examples certified by grading services have reached even more impressive numbers. One pristine 1971 double die Lincoln penny sold for over $1,000 at auction. Yes, $1,000 for a single 1-cent coin. So, what should you do? Check your change, your old coin jars, or those forgotten rolls of pennies in storage. Look closely at the letters and numbers on your 1971 coins. If you spot doubling, extra marks, or anything unusual, you might be holding a rare collectible worth real money. Top 5, and last rare coin. We're uncovering one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in modern U.S. history, the 1982 Lincoln penny. It may look like any other 1-cent coin, but this little copper-colored beauty hides a story of change, confusion, and valuable rarities that continue to excite collectors even today. So stay tuned till the end, because by the time we finish, you'll know exactly what to look for, and one of these pennies could easily be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The 1982 penny marks one of the biggest turning points in American coin history. That year, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the penny for the first time in over 2 decades. Rising copper prices made it too expensive to keep making pennies the traditional way, so in 1982, the Mint switched from the old solid copper alloy to a cheaper copper-plated zinc core. It sounds simple, but this transition created one of the most complex and collectible years in the entire Lincoln Cent series. Here's what makes it so special. During that 1 year, the Mint produced 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny. There were large date and small date versions from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and both copper and zinc compositions. That's a total of 7 distinct types. Imagine the confusion on the production line as they shifted between materials and designs. For collectors, that means a fun challenge and an exciting hunt to find every version, but among all those varieties, one stands out above the rest, the 1982 D small date copper penny. This is the holy grail of 1982 cents. Officially, all 1982 D pennies were supposed to be made of zinc. But somehow, a small number were struck on leftover copper planchets from earlier production. These coins weigh about 3.1 grams instead of the lighter 2.5 grams of zinc pennies, and that difference in weight is what helps collectors identify them. Very few of these exist, and they've sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auction. Besides the composition differences, the 1982 pennies also include double die errors and other minting oddities. Some show doubling on the date or on the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Others have die cracks, off-center strikes, or weak lettering from worn dies. Each of these small imperfections tells a story about how the coin was made, and for collectors, they add serious value. It's also worth noting that you can tell copper and zinc pennies apart not just by weight but also by sound and color. The copper coins have a rich, reddish tone and make a high-pitched ring when dropped, while zinc pennies look slightly duller and make a flatter sound. That's part of what makes coin hunting so exciting. You can discover something rare just by looking and listening carefully. Now let's talk about value, the part everyone's waiting for. Most regular 1982 pennies are still worth just 1 cent, but uncirculated or brilliant red examples can sell for $1 to $3. Proof coins and high-grade small date varieties can reach $5 to $10 depending on their condition, but here's where things get truly amazing. The ultra-rare 1982 D small date copper penny is one of the most famous modern rarities in U.S. coinage. Only a few confirmed examples exist, and one of them sold for more than $18,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $18,000 for a 1-cent coin. Even circulated examples, if authenticated, can bring thousands of dollars from eager collectors. So the next time you're digging through your change jar or sorting through old rolls of pennies, take a close look at those 1982 coins. Check the date style, look for the mint mark, and if you can, weigh it. A simple kitchen scale might reveal a fortune hiding in plain sight. The 1982 Lincoln penny isn't just another coin, it's a symbol of transition, from copper to zinc, from old to new, from ordinary to extraordinary. And for collectors, it's one of the most exciting and rewarding coins to hunt. So keep your eyes sharp, your scale ready, and your curiosity alive. Because one small cent from 1982 could make you thousands of dollars richer and give you a story every collector dreams of telling.